everything that anyone has ever done, ever achieved, ever created, started in the same way. It started with a flash of inspiration, with an idea. A person employing their imagination to visualize it in their mind's eye before realizing it in the 3D world. And so this is a very powerful thing that we have, our imagination. And yet, so many of us are taught that it's bad, that it's wrong to imagine our own lives could be better. You know, we get told to get real, or, you know, don't be silly. And I don't know about you, but this is how it was for me. I just got this message that what's the point in imagining the best, imagining, like going to town on imagining, you know, the most amazing way my life could be. Because it's like we kind of think, oh, well, what's the point of doing that? It's just torturing myself, because it will never be like that. Because we've got all these beliefs, haven't we? That they're like, oh, well, that can never happen for me. But what I'm here to say is that using our imagination to visualize what we want in life is one of the most powerful things, probably the most powerful thing. Because once you can conceive it in your mind, you're halfway to creating it, you know? And we've got all these like ideas that say, I can't, but they're just ideas. And the truth is, if you want it, if you know what it is that you want, and you are consistent in your wanting, and you prioritize getting what you want, you're in with a strong chance of actually making it real, of realizing it. I'm so excited to like this whole idea of visualizing and then creating, like that journey from the visionary realm in our imaginations into the world out here. Like that, there's something about that gets me so excited. And that's why I'm holding a space on Friday, this Friday. It's the 13th of October, so Friday the 13th, not for anyone who's superstitious, but it's a 3-hour workshop. Although it's not a workshop, it's a play shop. It's a space in which I invite you to come and play with me. It's a space for you to just drop all of the rules about what you're allowed to imagine happening in your life and start to ask, what if? You know, what if there were no limitations? What if I could have everything I ever wanted? What would that look like? What could that look like? What would that feel like? You know, what if I had the love of my life? What if I had had the business that served the people that I'm so longing to serve? What if I had more than enough money? Which causes would I support? What would I do with that wealth? You know, because if you don't allow yourself to even imagine it, how are you ever going to make it real? How are you going to make it happen? And I am, you know, there are so many wonderful people with wonderful skills and services and offerings and things to help others who are so scared of putting themselves out there And this is why I'm offering this space, this workshop, this play shop, to visualize, to play, to dream, to imagine, because that is the first step. And so what we'll be doing in this workshop is, you know, asking that question. How, if I could just design my life, if I just had the opportunity, a blank slate, I could just, you know, cherry pick the experiences, the people, the, you know, even the house, the car, the clothes, all of the material things too, the holidays, the travel, the connections, the community, the food, you know, all of this stuff. If I could cherry pick that and just design my life how I wanted it to be, you know, this is a space for us to do that. And I'm so excited to do it. I do this quite regularly at points through the year, just to really imagine a blank slate and say, okay, what do I want in my life? And when we know what we want, we can fix ourselves on it. We can see it happening. We start forming an image of us having it, and then we start to allow ourselves to feel what it would be like to have it, to experience it, to live it. And then we're practicing that, and then we start to find that we're attracting that. We're looking for that experience when all the other experiences that everything that life throws at you, life offers, we start to hone in on, like, does that align with my desired outcome? And if it doesn't, you let it go, fine, because you know what you want. And if it does align, then you pursue it, right? So it's scientific. It's the reticular activating system. It's the part of our minds that filters the whole world out there and finds the things that are familiar to us. So this is why when you have a baby, suddenly you start seeing mums with pushchairs everywhere. When you're pregnant, suddenly, oh wow, everybody's got babies. Or when you buy a new car, you start noticing all the people who are driving that car that you'd never seen before. Well, that it's just a filtering system. So you see, this is why, this is how it works. When we become familiar with something, then we use this part of our minds called the reticular activating system to filter all the things that come to us, all these potential possibilities that that fill our days. And when we know what we want, we can select the experience that's in alignment with what we want. So this is why I'm really excited to offer this space, 3 hours on Friday, this Friday, the 13th of October, 1 p.m. British time. I think it's 8 a.m. Eastern if you're in the States or Canada. But do check that, 1 p.m. British time. And it's 3 hours to play together, to visualize, to dream, to first of all build a picture of what this ideal life could look like, then to notice what beliefs come up in us that say I can't, and start to work with them, start to question them. And then the bit that I'm really, really excited about is to just play with how it would feel to be the person who has achieved all of that, all of the ideal life that you design at the beginning of the workshop. At the end, we'll have some time to practice being that person, to communicate with the others in the group as the person who has achieved that. And this I am super excited about. I've been reading about the science behind this, about the power of this intention of practicing being, the future version of ourselves. And Yeah, I am so excited, and I'd love for you to join me. It's an experiment, really, because I've not offered this before, but I've been wanting to for a long time. I've been very excited. So I'd love for you to join me. Yeah, Friday, 1 p.m. British time, 3 hours, play, imagining, playful reimagining of what your life could look like, feel like, be like, who you would touch it, who you would impact with your work, how much money you would need. You know, we can just price it up. We can just put a figure on it. Okay, so there's my ideal life. How much would that cost? Like start to put some real, take it out of the visionary realm and start to draw the connections into, okay, well, how unrealistic is this then? Or even how realistic? What is required? Instead of asking, if we start asking how can I make this happen? If it's important to me, how am I going to make it happen? So I'd love for you to be there with me. I'm really excited about it, as you can tell. It's very close to my heart, this creation, this method of creation, coming from the visualization and then bringing it into 3D reality. I hope you can join me. Sending you so much love. I'll see you there. Bye.